Macca's guides.
Hey everyone, Macca here, and welcome to my TUNIC guide for all 20 of the fairy locations in the game. You will need to do this if you're going for 100%. They are tied to both a page in the manual and a secret treasure, so you will unlock an achievement for getting all of them. There are 20, and you can go into this hidden room to check on how many you have at any time. But more importantly, go to page 48 in your manual if you have that unlocked for a checklist of all 20. We're going to be using this checklist. I'm going to show you how I'm numbering these so you can figure out which ones you have. This page will update as you get the fairies, and they will check the boxes off as you get them. So this is a good way to cross-reference which ones you have and which ones you don't. Also, I would highly recommend doing this once you've already beaten the game and have unlocked the dash ability. It's going to be necessary for a lot of these. First off, from that main flame in the beginning, go to the right, and here you'll find a small pad, and you can trace the line starting from the big flower through the white flower in order to unlock the chest. I will explain how to get the solutions, I will show them on screen, and I will read them out loud. For this, it's up, left, down, left, left, up, right, down, right, down, right. For fairy number 2, I'll show you the teleporter location just as a reference point, but we're basically going to be outside of the old house location, and we're going to be going to the beach nearby, which is to the south. This is my personal favorite and, in my opinion, fastest way to get there is to follow this path and go to the fountain. There will be a lot of enemies. You can ignore them or fight them. It's going to be up to you. And then you want to take the ladder to the beach. You want to go forward and hop onto the secret island. Once here, the input is up, right, down, left, down, left, down, left, down, left, up. For every single one of the fairies in this video, we're going to be completing line commands or line puzzles. They are scattered throughout the entire game, but some of the more obscure ones will result in a fairy. So you're basically looking out for these line puzzles and completing them as you should be. Also, if it's not obvious, make sure you use the D-pad to input the commands. I'm going to show off the same reference point again. We are taking the teleport in the teleporter room to the teleport outside of the old house. I am doing these during the daytime, by the way, so feel free to sleep inside of the old house to make it daytime if it's easier for you. And again, make sure you have the dash ability. It just makes your life a lot easier. But go down the steps, across the river, up these steps, and here you want to follow the line puzzle on the wall. Up, right, up, left, down, left, up, right, down, right, up, left, up, right, down, and the pattern does continue on the other side of the wall. After you do this, it will spawn the chest, so pick it up. For fairy number 4, we're going to start near that kind of central flame checkpoint, really obvious location in the overworld. If you don't know where that is, you need to play a little bit more of the game before you start going for something like the fairies, which should be something you do near the end of the game. But for this fairy, we're going to head under the right-hand side bridge of the overworld. This is the bridge that leads to the swamp and burial ground. Go underneath the bridge and find the secret room inside. On the wall, you'll find a line puzzle that's projected, but it is spinning, so it is a little bit hard to decipher. Right, up, right, down, left, down, right. Input that will spawn the chest, and you are good to go. Make sure you're picking these chests up before you leave. For fairy number 5, we can find it inside of the fairy room itself, starting from the middle flame in the overworld. Go down the stairs on your left and behind the waterfall. Follow the path to the next waterfall. Go behind that waterfall and you'll find a secret room. You can find your 5th fairy in here as well as the rest of your fairy collection. Inside, you'll find 2 line puzzles that you basically have to combine into one to get the fairy chest to spawn in this room. It's a lot of commands, so here we go. Down, right, up, left, up, right, up, left, down, right, up, right. For some people, it's going to be easier listening to my voice, but for others, it's going to be easier pausing and reading it off screen. As always, pick up the fairy. You can also interact with the fountain in the middle to see how many you have. Fairy number 6, from the middle of the overworld, go ahead of yourself and into the golden doors to get into the temple. There is a line puzzle on the ground as you enter. You can follow the left or the right side, and keep in mind when there's a line that crosses another line, that is a stop. Up, right, left, up, right, down, right, up, left, and you can grab the chest here. Fairy number 7, we're returning to the middle of the overworld. Bear with me here, we have to get to the quarry. There's like 6 or 7 different ways to get to the quarry, but this is going to be the fastest and easiest way. Use your hook shot to go above the golden door. Above the golden door is the mountaintop door, so we're going to go through here. You can approach from various ways. You can even enter the quarry from the backside, and all of it ends up kind of leading to the same area. So whichever way you're most comfortable with, if you don't know how to do this shortcut shown on screen. But once you get to the mountain door, just ignore it. There's a shortcut behind it to get into the quarry from the top. So go past the mountain door and go to the far end on the right. Here you'll reveal a shortcut, and you can go forward to reveal the quarry. Then just walk down the stairs. You'll notice the pattern on the ground. You start with the big one and connect all of the other ones. Up, right, down, left, up, left, down, left, up, right, down. This one isn't as intuitive as some of the flowers because of the 3D effect, but if you hold the left trigger, you will bring your camera higher and make it a little easier for yourself. Next up, we're at fairy number 8. Again, you should be doing the fairies at the very end of the game. We will need to teleport. You'll need to be done a lot of the game. And if you go to the old house, you can actually rest in the bed. This will make it nighttime. And for fairy number 8, it will need to be nighttime. Now that it's nighttime and we have the teleport dash, let's go to a teleporter. There's one right beside the old house. So we're going to enter inside. And once inside, we want to go to the forest. So the forest is on a pad all the way to the side by itself here. You will need to dash to it to get to it, or you can go the long way to get to the forest, but this is recommended if you want to save time. Once we do appear in the forest, go down into the shortcut and then kind of go through here by where the telescope is, and you'll end up here. I think this is guardhouse 1 where you enter the area. There's a well here, and you can climb 2 sets of stairs. You have to teleport dash onto these pillars to get up and above the door onto this secret platform that you can't get to otherwise. Here there's a ghost, and you mimic the directions it moves to get the puzzle done. Up, down, left, right, down, left, up, right. That is the solution. Again, it has to be nighttime for that ghost to even spawn, and obviously you need a teleporter dash. Pick up the fairy before you leave. We are now going to do number 9, and we have to go to the Great Library. From the teleporter room, it's the teleport in the bottom right-hand corner. This is where we grabbed the green key, I believe. And we're going to go down the steps, dash under the table, use the bookcase to go down the ladder. And then once you go down this ladder, go down the next set of ladders into the kind of great room with the 2 giant statues we might have fought earlier in order to get one of our golden upgrades and our hero grave site, which is just below us. But what we're going to do is step on the carpet right in the middle of the room and follow one of the line puzzles. I would recommend the top left one. I'm not going to read out the directions here because I think it's way easier to just trace the line than it is to listen to me. So just trace the line in the top left corner or input the commands that are shown on screen. It's a lot of them, but the puzzle itself is pretty easy. When you're done, open the chest. I'm now standing next to the old house as a reference point for fairy number 10 of 20. And what we're going to do is we're going to head towards the ruined atoll. That is the bridge we want to get under. Next to that bridge, there is a ladder. We can climb down on that ladder onto the beach, head under the bridge to find the secret room. And inside there will be a puzzle we need to complete. Now this one's kind of complicated. There's actually 2 line puzzles we'll need to do. So you'll get inside, kind of ignore or take care of the turrets. Probably want to just take care of them. And at the end of the room, you'll notice that there is a line puzzle on the wall. I'm going to let you just follow the line starting at the ball. You can do either the left or the right side. Super easy to get in. But once you get in, that's not actually how you get the fairy. Doing this just opens the door into a secret room. And then once we're in this secret room, we will notice that there is a tower, and we are going to climb this tower to the top. Climbing the tower is super easy. Just keep going up the ladders. It does take like 20 seconds though. Once we get to the top of the tower, stand in the middle and input the following commands. Left, up, right, down, right, up, left, up, right, up. And this should spawn the chest on the tower right in the middle. And then you can just go pick up and grab it. We're halfway done. We're going to start in the center of the overworld again for fairy number 11, and we're going to go towards the compass. This is found by the door that I believe leads to the East Forest here, but instead of going through that door, go down. You can interact with the compass to get a clue as to how this works, but standing here, input the code left, right, down, down, right, left, up, right, down, right, left. If you do that correctly, you will get the chest to spawn directly next to you, and you can open it up. Fairy number 12 is super easy. We're just going to go inside of the old house, and here just follow the line puzzle on the red cloth. Up, right, down, right, up, right, down. This will spawn a chest inside the room that I've already done, but open it up for your fairy. All right, next up, fairy number 13. We're going to start in the middle of the overworld. We're going to use some of these shortcuts that we've already unlocked. We're going to be heading up through here, through this kind of shortcut, and then heading down the ladder. There is a waterfall here. Behind that waterfall, there is a secret room. Surprise, surprise. Here, there's a chest directly in front of you. I'm going to grab it on screen, even though you don't have to. You just get some coins, and then you can push on to proceed. Here, you'll find an enemy that's moving, and all we have to do is mimic its movements. Down, right, up, right, down, left, down, right, up, right, down. Fairy number 14. This one is kind of annoying in my opinion, but starting from the middle of the overworld, go down the steps and you will find this fox statue covered in moss. Now equip an explosive like a firework and throw it at this wall right here. You can buy more fireworks if you need, but you'll blow a hole in the wall and you can now go inside. Inside, you'll find a rotating cube. Mimic the movements of the cube to get the chest. Right, up, right, right, up, right, up. In terms of the pacing, you can enter these as fast as you want as long as you're doing them correctly, or you can enter them very, very, very slowly and the game will still register your inputs. Just make sure you're standing still and using that D-pad. Now we're doing fairy number 15, starting in the middle of the overworld. We want to get under the middle bridge that leads all the way to the original spawn. I'm going to be using a teleporter dash method, although it might be possible to get here without it. It probably is. I'm fairly certain it is, but this is going to be the fastest way. Go to the bridge that leads towards the swamp, and then you'll be able to dash across these pillars. You'll find a page here that you previously didn't have access to, and then you can get underneath the bridge and find this secret room. Go inside, and here you will find a maze, sorry. And basically, the maze itself is the solution to the puzzle. Up, left, down, left, up, right, down, right, up, right, down, left, up, up. Luckily for us, you don't actually have to do the maze. That's just the solution to the maze. You can teleport through it and pick up both of the chests, and we're on our way. For fairy number 16, we're going to be starting near the old house, and we're going to be going towards the fountain. If you dash to the middle of the fountain, you can find an instruction manual page you couldn't previously get. But here you'll notice symbols, and there are symbols that are made of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 tiles. Basically point to them in the order that they go from 1 to 6. That order is down, left, left, down, up, right, down. That spawns the chest, and then you'll want to pick it up. For fairy number 17, we will start in the middle of the overworld, but we're going to be going all the way to the West Garden. Most people aren't going to unlock the West Garden teleport, so that's why I'm showing you how to get there from the middle. It can also be really confusing on how to get there, so that's why we're going to just basically go across the map here. You'll go kind of behind the windmill, take a couple of planks, then take the 2 ladders down from the bell tower. Then we'll end up in the West Garden. Now, if you were to open up your map, which I'm about to do here, near the middle of the map on the very far left, there is an arrow, and that is basically where we're going to be headed. So you want to go towards where this arrow is. You will need the teleport dash ability to grab this fairy, by the way. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down this ladder and then follow a pretty specific path on how to get there. We actually just passed fairy number 18, so we'll have to backtrack a little bit for that one. But you can find an island with a lone tree, and that's where we're trying to head to. Once you end up on Lonely Island here, you want to point your D-pad in the direction from like 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. That is left, down, right, left, up, down, and that will unlock the chest on the small island. Pick it up and move on. Fairy number 18, also in the West Garden. This time I'm going to start from the windmill just to save you a little bit of time. If you are from the previous collectible, you're actually closer to it than when I started this clip, but I wanted to make sure people can mop up easily as well if they need to. So once you head into the West Garden, go down that ladder into that giant open area, and you'll notice a very obvious line puzzle on the floor in the middle of the area just past the ladder. And there's a left side and a right side, and we're just going to follow whichever side you prefer. I'm going to do the right side. The solution is up, right, up, left, up, right, up, left, up, right, down, right, up, left, down, left, up, right, up, left, up, right, up, left, up. Although it might be easier just for you to follow the visual of the lines itself than to read or listen to the voice. Pick up the chest once it spawns. Next, we're in the teleporter room, and I'm going to take the top right teleporter. This will take me to the interior of the Eastern Vault. Here is where we fought the siege engine in order to get, I believe, the red key. Go back down through the door, and you'll end up going through the golden door. There will be some enemies here. Staying on the same floor, go through the door to end up near the flame altar. Go on the bottom story and into the next room. There'll be a bunch of enemies here, but I've taken them out, and then point to the direction of the amount of candles. Right, left, down, right, up, left. That spawns the chest as always. Pick it up, and we have the last one, which is kind of the hardest one if you were to try to do it legit. Now, the last fairy is found in the East Forest as a part of the Lower Forest. The fastest way to get here is through the teleporter room to go through this singular teleport on the far right-hand side, and this will take you to the East Forest. Now we're going to take a shortcut to get to the Lower East Forest, and that is through the back here, and then you'll find some ladders and climb down those ladders until you get to the spider ambush. If you want to do it in style like me, use the gun weapon in order to take out all of the spiders at once. And then what we can do is head to the right towards the end of the bridge. Here is where a golden obelisk is supposed to stand, and there are various pieces littered around the map, and you can basically try to piece them together to figure out the answer. Because it is so long, I'm going to let you read it off screen. You're less likely to make a mistake that way. This will open up the chest, and you can pick up the fairy inside. Last but not least, we have all of our fairies. We can check our book, page 48, to make sure that all of the 20 icons are X'd out. And now we can go and unlock all of our rewards, which for 10 fairies is an instruction manual page. And for 20 fairies is a secret treasure, which has an achievement tied to it as well. I believe it's secret treasure number 7. From the middle of the overworld, go underneath that waterfall nearby and behind this waterfall here. This is the fairy room. If you have all 20 fairies, you should have a new and unopened chest in the middle of the room. And you should be able to pick up the instruction book manual page in the middle near the well. This will open up a new page for you in your manual, which is important. And you can interact with the well here in the middle to make sure you have all 20 fairies. But that is it for today's guide. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Special thanks to everyone on Patreon for supporting the show. And hopefully I see you soon. Peace.